Welcome back to season 4 of Witches of the Moon. I am Natalie, your Thursday hostess for this season, and I am very excited that we're back for season 4. I know there's a lot of other channels that haven't made it through as many seasons, so it's very exciting, and we're very blessed to have you all as viewers along with us on this journey. This week's topic is covering cleansing rituals. Now, I watched Eva Maria's video, but it's only Tuesday and I've not had a chance to see Rhiannon's. I'm recording this in advance because this is going to be a very busy week this week for me, and I'm going to have very little time. So I apologize if some of what I'm saying is repetitive. I know as witches we tend to have a lot of things that we do that are in common, and I also apologize in advance that this video is probably going to be a little bit short because I have a 9 o'clock appointment and it's already after 8. So I want to go ahead and get this done so I can get it posted and out to you guys. I'm also apologizing for the lighting because it's kind of funky in here today, and I apologize. I look like I have a little low. Anyhow, cleansing rituals. What do I do? Well, for me, it depends a lot on what it is that I'm cleansing. Before I perform a formal ritual, because a lot of the magic that I do is not necessarily ensconced in a formal ritual where I cast a circle and I have my altar table out and everything's done. I have little working altars that I create for myself in the kitchen, you know, any space. To me, magic does not necessarily have to be done in the context of a formal ritual with your robes or sky cloud or however. So what do I do? Well, it really depends a lot on what I'm trying to cleanse and the situation that I find myself in. For me, if I am walking into some place and the place has a very heavy or negative feel, or in my case, I will do this also. My husband can be a wonderful, wonderful person. He's also one of the most negative people that I know. Everything about him is negative, 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 negative. He very rarely has anything positive to say. And it can be kind of overwhelming at times because it's such constant barrage of negativity. So when I find myself becoming kind of overwhelmed by his negative energy, because I am empathic, as we all have the capability of being, but I'm particularly sensitive to other people's energies, I will step away, and sometimes I'll even put my hands up. I'll put my hands up and I will visualize either a blue or a white light depending on what I feel is necessary. If I just feel like I need general protection, I will put out white light. If I feel that it's something that's needing healing, like if there's some particular situation that's creating some of this negative feel, then I will visualize blue light coming forth from my hands, and I will send that energy out. And it's odd because the palms of my hands actually tingle, but I will send that energy out, and I will kind of visualize it surrounding me, surrounding whoever it is I'm trying to cleanse and protect, and basically neutralize any negative energy that's in the area. So if I walk into a home and there's a lot of heaviness or something like that, sometimes I'll just put my hands up. And that's a very, non-formal method of cleansing for me a space. Now, if I am wanting to do something that's a little more formal or a little more heavy duty, like I will do cleansing rituals on my home periodically, particularly at Ostara, also at Samhain, sometimes just during the summer if I just feel that my house is needing a cleansing. If there's been a lot of arguing going on or something like that, I will go ahead and do a cleansing on the house. And I have a couple of different things that I do for that. If I'm cleansing a ritual space and it's not anything that's super duper heavy, I will take my abalone shell. I have this beautiful, well, you can't really tell the colors here. It's a beautiful little abalone shell that my husband got for me, and sage bundle. I have a nice big sage bundle that Stacy Jo Painter Barna sent me in one of the swaps, but I also have this one that I got at Samhain from my friend Conundrum Sutton, and he made this one himself. So I will take my sage, and I'll take the lovely feather that Sunshine Morning Ray gave me from her macaw, and I will, you know, basically sweep the negativity. And I have a little saying that I say as I do that, and I will go through all of my house. I will start at the front door, outside the front door, and I will go into the house, and I will work from the front of the house to the back, pushing all of the negativity out. I start in the entryway here, and then I do go upstairs, and I push out all the negativity from upstairs. Then I come out and go through the back of my house to the front and out to the back door and push it out, basically. But I essentially just banish all of the negative energy from that space. I also have these little metallic discs that I place in each window. I get them at the craft store for like, there's like 100 of them in the package for maybe a few cents each. You know, it's like $1 for the package, and there's like 40 or 50 of them in there. So I will also put those in each of the windows and over the doors of my home to reflect back any negative energy that may be trying to get in. In addition to that, I will draw a banishing pentagram over each doorway and over each window of my home, and I have small pentacles that I have hung above the doors of each of my doorways in my house. So I do that to kind of cleanse my home. If I am feeling that something is a little stronger is needed, I will use dragon's blood. Dun, dun, dun. I do feel that dragon's blood is stronger than sage, and if it's something that I really feel I need to clean out big, or if I'm going to perform a formal ritual and I need to really cleanse a good space for that, I will make a loose incense mix of dragon's blood resin, rosemary, and sage, and I will use that combined to cleanse the space. And I do it basically the same way I do if I'm doing a sage cleansing. I will have the incense burning, and I will use the feather to use the smoke to sense the area and do that. Now, if I'm talking about a personal cleansing, and that is something completely different, because there are times when I've had an interchange with somebody, either at work, on the road, on the phone, through Facebook. A lot of times I'm finding a lot of negativity there, and I feel that I need to cleanse myself of that negativity, or if I've just been talking with someone that I don't particularly get along with, even if we didn't have a negative exchange, just somebody that I have personal kind of feelings about, then I will do a personal cleansing. And when I do a personal cleansing, there may be a couple of different ways that I do it. Sometimes I will sense myself with, you know, incense or with sage of some sort, and I will sage myself. Sometimes I will use a rosemary and dragon's blood oil that I create. It's a magical oil that I create, and I will use that on my chakras to cleanse that. I do cleansing meditations, chakra clearing meditations. I try to do that at least once a week. Apologize for the noise in the background. We have to crate the dogs when we leave the house, otherwise they will tear the place apart. We've tried leaving them out, and it's not successful. So, and she's upset because usually I turn on the light and put a radio on in there for them, or a television, and I haven't done that yet, so she's mad at me. But I will also use my besom. I'm not going to pull it out right now because I don't want to get up and lean over in front of the camera, but I have a beautiful besom. I will use, oh, that's a house cleansing. I apologize, that's a little out of order. I will use a besom periodically to cleanse a ritual space or to sweep negativity out of my home. If it's just something that's kind of minor, you know, somebody's just being kind of snarky, I'll sweep the negativity out. I forgot to mention that one. Personal cleansings, like I said, I will do chakra meditation cleansings. I try to do those once a week just to clear out my chakras. I will use protection oil or cleansing oil to enhance that. I will also do a ritual bath or shower. I actually don't usually do baths. I usually do showers because I find that that's actually better for me. I feel like when you take a bath, you're kind of soaking in that, whereas a shower rinses it down and rinses it away. So I will create a special soap, sometimes a dragon's blood and rosemary soap, or a rosemary and sage soap. I have what I call a Scarborough Fair blend. So I use parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme, and I will use that to cleanse my body and release the negativity off of myself. If I am wanting to do a cleansing on someone else, and this is a touchy subject because a lot of people hold to the Wiccanry that you shouldn't do anything that interferes with somebody's personal free will or what have you. But as I've mentioned, my husband is an incredibly negative person. And I truly, truly, truly do believe that the Lord and Lady brought us together because there's not another person on this planet who can absorb his kind of negativity, because it's constant barrage of negativity. And people have a very difficult time dealing with him. People do not like him right away. He's very caustic. He's very snarky. He's very sarcastic and biting, and just everything he says is just put you down, put you down, put you down. And so I think it takes a certain amount of strength to deal with that kind of negativity, but I also will do cleansings on him. I am a 2nd degree Reiki healer. I'm working on my master level right now, but I have not received the attunement for that yet because I don't feel prepared for it. And I have been using Reiki energy on him when he sleeps, which is not often either. He is an extremely light sleeper, and he is up. He'll fall asleep for maybe an hour or two. If I even move slightly to turn over in the bed, it wakes him up. If I try to go to the bathroom, it wakes him up. If I get up to go get a glass of water, it wakes him up, and he's up for the rest of the night. And he may take a nap during the middle of the day, but then he's up for the rest of the day. So it's very difficult to deal with that, and so I have been using Reiki healing and energy to try to cleanse out whatever is the source of his negativity. It's very deep rooted. And so he's also, he was putting up lights for me at Yule at Christmas and fell off the ladder and hurt his shoulder. So he's been in extreme pain, which has further interrupted his sleep because he can't sleep on that arm. It causes him excruciating pain, and so I've been trying to help with that. And I will do Reiki healings on myself, Reiki cleansings. They say healings, I call them cleansings, because to me it's clearing out anything that's a source of negativity. And that is done by tracing a particular symbol in your palms and activating the Reiki energy and sending that forward. That is also something that I will do. So there are a variety of different methods for cleansing. I also will sometimes use Florida water. I don't know if many of you are familiar with that. I will get that one moment. Some of you may not be familiar with what Florida water is. This is what the bottle looks like. I hope you can see that fairly well. It's just a little plastic bottle with a black lid. It's got kind of an old-fashioned Victorian sort of label on it. It says Florida Water, Cologne, New York. Now, it is a lightly scented water. I believe it's a cologne base, but it's quite effective in clearing out any kind of space and kind of sanctifying it. You just kind of, I take rosemary. I go get rosemary from my garden. I'll take a sprig of rosemary and I'll you know, put the water on it, and I will use it to kind of basically spray out the area. You can use that. You can wash your crystals with it. You can wash your magical tools with it. It's quite effective in that regard, and for cleansing your materials, it's actually pretty good. I use that just as a general basic cleansing kind of thing, like before a ritual or something like that, and then I will use that in conjunction with the incense to clear out the space. I think it depends on where you sense the source of negativity. If it's something you feel is going to be better helped by the essence of water, then Florida water is good. If you're looking at an element of air and fire, then incense is good for that. So you've got air and water, air and fire kinds of things. I use my besom if I feel that it's more earthbound type of negativity or energy. I'll use my besom to clear that out. So it depends on your sense, and I always say go with your instinct. If an idea occurs to you that, gee, this would be a good thing to use to cleanse this, then do it. Go for it. Trust your instinct, because it's usually your spirit guide kind of whispering that to you, or something from divinity directly that's indicating to you that this is what is necessary in the situation. So if you feel like maybe just sending forth your energy is going to be enough to help the situation or cleanse the space or do it, go for it. There are a lot of different types of cleansings. There's personal cleansings, like I said, there's household cleansing, material cleansings. So depending on what you're feeling, your instinct is telling you is what's going to be effective for cleansing that, that's what I recommend you do. Do your research, as always, read up on it, see what other people have to say, take those ideas that appeal to you, those that don't. You're not bound by those, please understand that, and you're not bound by anything that I'm telling you either. These are simply things that I use, that I find helpful in my practice. Again, I apologize for Roxy and her noise in the background. Roxanne! Enough! Sorry about that. Florida water, I've heard you can buy this at Walmart. I've never seen it at my local Walmart. However, I walked into a client's home the other day and she had a bottle of it sitting on there, and she told me that she got it from a local Mexican shop. So you may check there as well. Places like La Michoacana, if you've got one of those around there, La Azteca. I've never seen it at La Azteca, but to be honest with you, I've never looked for it. This one was a little shop in Pilot Point called La Mexicana. And I understand that they also sell a variety of herbs and things like that as well. So I'll be checking that spot out soon. But I was just so surprised to see it there that I asked her where she got it. So look around for it. You can order it online. You can get it from Amazon, anything like that. It's a really good, just kind of general, water clearing space. You can also use just general fire, taking a candle and burning it out. Go with your instinct for the color as far as what would be needed energy-wise, but usually blue or white is effective. Sometimes gold is nice, just depends. So that would also be another method for cleansing that you could do. I hope that you gained a little bit of information from this. I apologize. I realize I've been saying a lot. Normally that drives me crazy. This has been a crazy week for me. It's only Tuesday, and I am book solid from 9 till about 9 each day this week, because I am taking Saturday off to go to the Scarborough Renaissance Fair with Sunshine Morning Ray. She's coming up to see me, so I'm so excited. We're going to have a good time despite the predictions of rain, over which my husband is gleeful, but I don't care, because unlike him, I don't mind getting wet, and I really don't mind being too terribly muddy. I can change my clothes, I can change my shoes, so I'm not worried. I'm going to have a great time. So I hope you all gained a little bit of information. If you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the comment section. I'll be happy to get to them. Please do understand that it may take me just a little bit, because I don't get notifications when we get a question or a comment on these videos, so I have to log in separately and check that periodically, and I try to do that. So please give me some patience and bear with me while I go through your comments. But I do enjoy them, and please do leave them. It lets us know that you are gaining information and learning from the videos that we provide. Thank you very much. You all have a blessed day.